Oh, you found it. Oh, my journal, my drawings.
These pages are old, Mom.
Well, careful.
This is all from your hero days?
And before. I was just a strong-shouldered farm girl once. I had long black hair.
Sure, Mom, but what about when...
When the Gorgons came?
Yeah, and you saved the town.
Well, we fought the Gorgons together. Your father was there. We were kids. He was shy, bookish, cute, of course. But that day, he did magic. So I was a warrior. Folks called him a mystic. We chased those stone-eyed Gorgons past the hills to places where trees walk, where the ruins of other yonderings lie like buried bones, and met a moth-winged man who kept moonlight under his hat.
And you met Holden?
Oh yeah, some hunter's kid. Your father liked him, and that made 3 of us.
Then you were called heroes.
Maybe. But it's strange. The world changes. There's always some new threat. And heroes can't stay the same either. You make choices. You bargain with wild spirits. Fall for one of your friends, then find reasons to argue with the other. Well, it all works out somehow. Except, no, not everyone makes it.
Dad said I wouldn't be here without that man's sacrifice.
You'll be safe out there, won't you?
You could always come with me, show me how things are done.
I know you say that, but... Well, where'd my old sword get to?
Greetings and salutations, dear strategy fans. Welcome to Tacticon. Welcome to another Dev Talk. Today we have Jackson from Worldwaker Games, and we're talking about Wildermyth. Who are you, and what is Wildermyth?
Nice, alright, okay, let's see if I kept it all intact. I'm Jackson Wagner. I am the lead QA and a designer on Wildermyth. Been with the team for about 4 years at this point. Wildermyth is a tactical turn-based myth-making RPG where you basically play with a roster of characters that grow and develop over time, and when you finish one campaign, you can start another one and bring those heroes right back in with you. So kind of a fantasy XCOM.
Ooh. In terms of, you said you build your myth. Is the whole world built leans to anything that we know? Is it completely rare fantasy and your actions decides your universe in a way? Or how can we imagine?
Yeah. So the world and the characters are procedurally generated, and some of the campaigns are set in a kind of linear storytelling fashion, but within those, you'll see different events and kind of stories come up, and within those stories, you'll get to make choices that will change your character, sometimes in radical ways, like making them a skeleton or giving them tree limbs.
Making them a skeleton as in actually kill them and resurrect them?
We're a little more vague about that one. It's more that they take a cursed dagger, and then when they come back, they're full skeleton, and no one really asks any questions beyond that.
Oh, I see. So the weapon itself is kind of giving them the curse in sense of, I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean with those gold coins where they all start to become...
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
How grim and dark are the story arcs?
It's interesting. We do try to kind of straddle the line between keeping a pretty light and, like, relatively kid-friendly story, while at the same time, if your character goes down to 0 health and a, acid-spewing monster hit it to them, there'll be a special comic that'll show, oh, they have acid scars that, they'll carry these injuries with them and it'll change their stats and kind of, it's a real thing. So we take permanent consequences seriously in the game, but at the same time, none of the language is too harsh. It's not, okay. The stories themselves tend to be pretty roughly optimistic.
Okay.
For the most part.
I'm excited for that. What kind of influence do you guys drew at the start of the development? Is there anything that inspired you to strive towards Wildermyth? And why it, like, I don't know, turn-based RPG? Why that decision?
So I was there about, I think, 2 or 3 years after it had been this kind of rough idea that Nate, Douglas Austin, and Annie Austin had kind of worked on together. And they drew a ton of inspiration from Miyazaki in terms of kind of the vibes they wanted to create in that world and the kind of like wondrous element of these things. So like playing the game, there aren't a lot of like there's not a sphinx, there's not like, you know, very recognizable mythical monsters. It's kind of this conglomeration of, you know, just trying to evoke a specific feeling rather than pulling from specific parts of lore. We do have a dragon, but that's because dragons are great, and you know, you can't really make a fantasy game without one.
I mean, only if you go like complete without fantasy.
True. But
Yeah.
yeah, those were kind of the big inspirations, and the reason for it being a tactical turn-based RPG was that they were big XCOM fans. But the problem was when your people die in XCOM, they don't have any personality beyond what you give them. So it's just kind of like, well, okay, they're gone now. Okay, that's, you know, that's rough, but it doesn't actually make you feel anything. And so the idea with Wildermyth is we want you to care about these characters and the relationships they have with each other. We want the characters to actually care about each other, and you know, and having various different relationships. So that was kind of the impetus behind that.
In terms of a player perspective, how does it show the relationship in between each other? How does the build-up work?
Yeah, so in the very first game, there are a few events where you can specifically say, hey, this character is going to have this relationship. They're either going to have a friendship, a rivalry, or romance with this character. And so that'll change dialogue options going into various different comics. There'll be kind of like specialized lines based on those relationships so they don't feel like they're being ignored. But within combat, they actually have different mechanical effects. So, which we'll see a little bit more of going into it. But friendship is kind of, you know, helping keep the person next to you safe. With rivals, if you see your rival like get a critical hit, it kind of inspires you to do the same and increases your chance to do so. And then for romance, it's if you see your partner get attacked by another monster, you deal extra damage to that monster.
Oh, so they entwine also in the battle mechanics and such and such. Wow, that's actually
really
hilarious. It's I just imagine somebody getting hit and you hear from the background, "Aha, told ya."
It's the vibe, honestly.
I love it. In terms of the design and the decision of making it kind of a, I would even say paper world or like a cutout thing. Why that direction?
Yeah, first off, shout out to our lead artist and really only artist, Annie. She is so technically fantastic. It just so the idea was when they started the game, she was like, okay, this is an art style that I can not only do pretty confidently, but also I can make a lot of art for. And as the only artist, it's kind of important that she's able to make a lot of art. And so that was just kind of the style they kind of settled into. Though you'll see there's some concept art. She has incredible range. I mean, she's just a really fantastic artist. I feel very, very fortunate to have gotten to work with her. Yeah, the idea was, okay, we've got one artist. We need to be able to make a lot of art. Let's go for a style that lends itself to that, right?
That sounds amazing. It's amazing. I can't wait to actually see it in action, Z-Play. I only saw videos so far and like trailers and bits and nods. And now finally sitting down and booting up will be fantastic for me at least. In terms of mechanics and romances and stuff alike, how difficult is it to balance and scale out the encounter difficulty, your mechanics working together? How hard is it to come there to a line of, yeah, this is challenging, but it's not impossible, and it makes still fun?
So yeah, this is something I've struggled a little bit with as someone who's played it for about 1,500, close to 2,000 hours. My sense of how difficult it is has gotten very, very skewed. But we have two sets of difficulties that you can do. One that sets the in-combat difficulty, which will basically, you know, on the lowest, it'll give the heroes more health and armor. It'll reduce the enemy's attack. And then we have overland difficulty, which influences how many calamity cards are drawn. These are the kind of upgrades that show up after every fight that improve the monsters as you fight them. And so higher difficulty, you'll see way more of those start to pop up, and you'll see more incursions, which are when monsters attack your various sites on the overland map. So that's kind of our major tuning method of, okay, if you're finding combat too hard, tweak that down. Oh, if you're finding the overland too hard, you can pull that down as well, vice versa, mix and match, however you like, really.
I like that. It's very great accessibility for, well, designing your experience how you want to have it. If you want it super challenging and unforgiving, go for that. If you want to just sail through and experience the story and have the only focus on the interactions and the events popping up, have that. And if you want something in between, it shall be.
That was our goal. We wanted people to be able to have that kind of, if they don't have 10 hours to master every aspect of turn-based combat, we wanted them to still be able to enjoy the game.
And talking of the game, where comes the name from? Do I pronounce it correctly? Wildermyth? Or is it Wildermyth?
You got it right there. It was a very funny kind of back and forth, which, our lead writer's like, they can pronounce it how they want. It's Wildermyth. We had a lot of people pronouncing it Wildermyth in the earlier stages of it, and we were like, oh man, okay, is it Wildermyth? But no, it's Wildermyth. Honestly, the name just came from Nate, Annie, and Doug kind of chatting about it and trying to find something that evoked the kind of mythic element of it, along with the relatively wild nature of the world. Yes, that's the other kind of a really important part, is that there's no kingdoms, there's no like nations or anything, because then it asks the question, okay, there's a giant army of monsters invading, why isn't some higher power helping with this?
Mm-hmm.
They really wanted it to be that, no, your group of heroes is the closest thing there is to, like, someone who can stop this. You don't have anyone to rely on. That's kind of what we were going for, at least.
That sounds interesting. In terms of you said you have your hero groups. Are they actually real heroes, or is it just a bunch of people coming together and trying to survive?
So the idea is that they start as a bunch of farmers. They're a bunch of normal people who are just kind of thrust into this, and then over time they kind of fall more comfortably into their roles. And even more than over the course of one campaign, we have a kind of meta progression of when you finish a game with a set of heroes, you can upgrade a few of them so they come into the next game with more abilities. And so in that way, it's kind of like, okay, there are some games where you call them in and they are already a fully fledged hero. They've been around the block, they've done this a few times. And so there is that kind of balance between each gameplay. You're gonna have some people that are just, oh god, they got attacked by some gorgons. Now they're heroes, I guess. And some folks who have been doing this for a little while.
That's so fun. It's so hilarious. In terms from the player's perspective, as you start a game, can I imagine myself that I'm like creating my bunch of farmers? After that, what kind of mechanics come in play? You said something about an overworld map. You said something about a battle grid itself where you fight, and as you progress through the story, chapters, lines, however we may call them, will it create some strong sense of, like you said, heroism of old characters coming back into the line? Do you progress with them? Oh, a lot of questions. Do you progress with them?
Sure.
Or do you start each chapter with someone new?
So yeah, the rough gameplay is you pick a couple heroes. The first campaign, you don't have any legacy heroes, as we call them, so you just start with some farmers. You can customize them however you want. And then you start the game with them, and then as time goes on, you'll probably recruit 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 more heroes for that one campaign. And then once you're done with that, they go into your legacy, they're legacy heroes. And basically every campaign, you either start with, just farmers, or just legacy heroes, or a mix of the two. And then over time, you can recruit and you can choose, like, okay, I don't have a lot of legacy points, which is the like main currency. I can't afford to have the greatest hero in my lineup come in right now. Guess I'll just get a farmer and he'll join me. And so that's really up to you as you go on. And every time they level up, you choose different abilities from within the 3 classes: Hunter or Warrior, Hunter, and Mystic. Sorry, did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, totally.
I wanted to make sure I hit all the points.
yeah, totally. That sounds amazing. I'm very curious to see the elements and mechanics play together and show it to the audience. I mean, the game is out since when?
Oh god, I think it was not June of last year, but the year before. So we're like a year and change into life cycle of the game, maybe even 2 years.
Yeah, 15 June 2021.
Okay, it's only been a year and some change.
overwhelmingly positive feedback of the game. Everybody is loving and praising it. We just got recently patch 1.9, and it's doing just overwhelmingly good. And I can't wait to show you why and how great it actually plays along. And talking of audience and just looking at the camera, is there any sorts of ways that you can introduce the audience? Is there a Twitch integration? Have you thought of such a thing maybe?
So I can't say too much. I'm fairly certain one of our programmers is trying to figure out if there's a fun way of integrating it with Twitch and letting the audience kind of make the choices as they go along. So I think that's something we're working on. No promises, but yeah, I think that's where we're at right now. As far as introductions go, I think just playing the game is the best way to be introduced to it personally.
That is true. That is true. Do you plan, or is the game moddable?
Yes, that was extremely important to us going in. The idea, and it's kind of interesting, is that for the most part, us developers are using a lot of the same tools that modders have access to, pretty much the exact same tools, besides the code base. So yeah, it is insanely moddable. You can make your own campaigns, your own stories, your own monsters, your own abilities, your own items. Like really, you can go wild. And we have just an awesome modding community. Like really, they're fantastic. They've made some very impressive stuff that the team's kind of looking at like, oh man, they put some time into this. So no, it's really, really moddable, and the tools have only gotten better.
What is the most impressive one that you saw?
Oh man, there was one where they one of the monster races are Drauven, and they made it so you could actually play as a party of Drauven, which I personally am not 100% sure how they did that.
Okay.
So that was very impressive to me. I was like, wow, okay, good on y'all. And they had a bunch of different artifacts, and they like adjusted it so the existing weapons would work. It was just a very impressive thing. But there's tons of great stuff. There's hundreds of new events that have been made by various modders. We just have an awesome community, really.
I mean, the review speaks for it, the feedback speaks for it, and I guess the vibe that at least I'm getting from you, Jackson, and I guess all the other team is probably very, very much alike, is just wholesome, great, and I think good things attract good things, so,
We hope, yeah.
It's amazing, it's amazing. In terms of future steps, now that we're getting patch 1.9 already, what are the future plans of World Walker Games?
So yeah, this is where I have to be careful. So we are working on DLC for Wildermyth right now.
Okay.
It's going to be fantastic.
Are we allowed to know anything?
No solid release date yet, but it will. It'll really let you kind of just have a lot more options when it comes to how your characters look, which is that's. Without saying too much, but it'll come with the usual, salvo of fixes and a few new comics along the way, and stuff we've kind of been adding anyway. It'll probably go along with it, but we've been working on it for a little while, and we're just really excited for folks to see it.
And I'm excited to see myself and start finally my adventure. Now I'm lowering my table so we can get ready and bring the chat into the world of Wildermyth. Dear viewers, chat, if you have any questions, this is your time. Live Q&A to pry holes into Jackson's stomach of answers that he can give us. And with no further ado, I would say we hop into the game right away. How do we do this? Can we share characters and you read one part, I read one part?
Absolutely. We're gonna probably get up to a few numbers, but that should be fine.
All good.
There's multiplayer to the game too, so you can play with multiple people and like assign characters to each other.
How many multiple people are we talking about?
I mean, technically there's no hard limit, but for network considerations, 5 is probably the max you want to go with, and you're usually running with 5 characters.
Okay, that's amazing.
Just fun fact.
So let us hop over here to the game scene. In terms of UI, where should I put best the title of the game? Is it okay down there, bottom?
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Actually, putting it at the top is probably better. Sorry, I just said that and thought about it.
All good, all good. Let's put it on the top. Well, since it's playable in multiplayer, do you want to join?
No, I actually played with a friend just the other night, and I genuinely feel like I would spoil the experience, so I will keep myself to just commentating.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I just played it too much. I zoom. I go too fast through everything.
All good. So it should be popping up now any moment. There we go. Perfect. Good. Let's have a look at this. Poor little villages, as you said. And can I say the music? Fantastic.
Composer Candy Emberly is just she did all the music for the game, and she is just so talented. I was just blown away when I first heard it.
I'm just giving like a quick listen. Oh, we're gonna go. Oh, we're gonna go right away into the story. You will just tell us how to play. But I think overall it's probably pretty self-explainable in terms of, since it's turn-based combat. So, Age of Ulstrix, a 3-chapter story that is geared towards new players, faces off against the implacable Gorgon leader, Ulstrix. So these are the chapters that we're talking about. We have your Legacy 5 chapter, and then 5 chapters for multiplayer and Legacy 5 chapters. I see.
So yeah, the ones closer to the bottom are procedurally generated campaigns where there's a certain kind of roster of comics that'll show up every chapter that'll be your objectives, and that'll change every time you go through the game.
What is
These
the
are
most... Sorry, I wouldn't interrupt you. Keep going.
Oh no, I was just saying, and the ones we're on now are the linear stories, so the overarching story will be the same every time.
I see, I see. What kind of difficulty should we go for?
So last time I pushed my friend to go for Tragic Hero. I think Adventure is probably the safest bet for now.
Why?
And you can change it as you go. So you know, if it's too difficult or too easy, feel free to adjust it.
Well, so Storyteller's, I guess, the easier. Adventure is like,
Yes.
What is that, normal? Tragic Hero hard? And Walking
Yes,
Lunch?
and then Walking Lunch is
Walking Lunch, getting eaten by the enemy. Let's go with Tragic Hero. Yeah, why not?
Oh, I would suggest turning off Carved in Stone, personally. That's the Iron Man mode, so you won't have any saves to go back on if things go horribly wrong.
I don't mind that. It's okay.
Oh, okay, alright. More power to you then.
I'm okay with hardcore in Iron Man modes. So we have here 3 people that are our start characters. Do they have any perks, traits, something like that?
Sure, yeah, so you can click on them and see their character sheet, and you can also randomize them however you like. The starting traits aren't super important, honestly. The only thing that you might want to worry about is, you know, like customizing them how you like, but you can customize them throughout the game. You can see their stats, and there's some very minor buffs that are kind of randomly given based on their history. But I don't tend to worry about that a lot of the time. They tend to be kind of relatively minor, more for flavor purposes.
I see, I see. Well, we're gonna name, of course, one of them after you, and whenever the character speaks up,
oh no. Okay.
You will read it out. So we're gonna have here Jackson. Any preferences that you want here? Attracted to?
Honestly, yeah. You can randomize it. It can have my name, and that's sufficient for me. I'll make it work.
Okay, there we go. Jackson. Then we have a big fan of the game, Beardus, from the community. He loves it and he talks about it all the time. And then I shall be the lovely lady here. Good.
Nice.
Beautiful. Lovely beard. I'm so terrified. Growing the lands. It takes just a bite of time to pull this together. So, this book. there's room for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. Oh, it's even me. Maybe I don't survive the night. Then these worlds are for my friends. If you find me, be brave, Jackson. Barrios. This is a warning, but where do I begin? Here, in our yondering country, something in the woods is very strange. Sun comes up. Bothered only by a hole in his sock, a young man named Jackson takes seasonal road to the town of Nutby. How does it feel, Jackson, with this sock holy?
Feels great. No complaints. I have to avoid Madame Katla's window. She'll throw another pot at me.
Oh, what have you done to Madame Katla?
Who knows? I mean, her son had it coming, though, didn't he? Wanted to get me in a barrel fight? I'll oblige. Simple as that.
Breezes lines that day, the birds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking a breath, ready to leap in the sea.
There already, huh? Well, here's the hard part. Getting Berdos out of the house, out of the town before dark. Everyone's gonna want to bend his ear, and I'll just be... Smoke?
Flooding flames roost among the far-off rooftops. Jackson hurries towards the town, thinking Barrios a young man whom he's known since boyhood.
Ooh,
What do you want to choose here?
Let's see. You know, I think I've seen Berdos in the Discord. Seems like a wonderful human being. It has to be friendship.
Friendship it is. We must have tried to cook breakfast again.
Berdos, you alright? I'll get you out. Just make a little noise.
I love this little fire thing going on, and I love that it's basically a storybook telling you the story. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the typical turn-based maneuver. Green is how far I can go. If I go yellow, I use a double move and can have no action. Okay. So there's move, there's wait so far. Objects are listed in the top bar. Hover over them to get more details. Fair enough. Put out fires. Oh, I see. Extinguish.
There you go.
I saw you grinning there. You were hoping that I will step into it.
You would not be the first person, I promise.
Good.
The real
Open
dub secret
the door.
is that you don't even have to put out the fires. You can just go straight to the door. The speedrunners out there. House is still standing, at least. Erdos, open up. You gotta help out here.
He doesn't know.
Why is no one...
Where shoves it open?
Do you not... Hey, do you not smell the...
I smell you. Get in here, you louds. Slam.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the fire from my window. That felt like the safest. Okay, actually, there's a monster in the garden. Is that okay?
Just rampaged in all of a sudden? Why not kill it?
Alright, so, here. I've got some tools around. You're stronger than I am. You can swing something pretty good. I bet we can at least drive it off.
I'm a big fan of the frying pan.
Frying pan it is. Just for cooking. What?
Why'd I grab this? I'm sure we can shut it up, whatever it is.
Just be ready when you open that door. Row. Who's through sloppy? Through beneath it. It runs staggering below its agony. In the garden? Oh, it's through the door over there. So how does turns work? Do you have a full turn with your group before the
Yes,
enemy's
yeah.
turn?
Yes, there is no real initiative. It's you go, and then the enemy goes, and you can go in whatever order with your folks that you'd like to.
I see. Well then, let's open the door. Hello? It has been revealed. So, stand ejected an ally to a wall within them. Walling reduces incoming damage by 1, does not stack. Okay. So if I stand next to you, that gives you 1 extra
Yes, it
protection.
does.
And it shows me the line of sight if I can shoot it. Oh, that is very quality of life. I love it. And then let's give it a shoot. Oh!
Nice, wow. Critical hit on your first attack. It's a good omen.
That is streamer's luck. And now it ran out. That's all the luck I get.
That was it. That's all you get. Alright, so here, we'll,
What a difference here between Vigilance, Stalwart, and Battle Dance. This
Sure,
is
so
like the...
Vigilance, so these are the 3 abilities you get to pick as you level up, and then you'll get 3 more, and if we had any legacy points, we could actually try another set of 3. So these are kind of randomly offered to you.
I see.
I think we are going to go with Stalwart, because I like staying alive, and that'll help me stay alive.
I see. Stalwart active. As swift action, Jackson can be disable Stalwart, which grants 3 armor and watering, but reduces his speed by half. So it's basically shield up, so to say.
Exactly.
So, over here with Barriers, we have Piercing Shot. Range attacks have 1 piercing. That sounds interesting. Once per turn, Barriers is refunded an action point after a melee kill. Since he's an archer, probably not. Once per combat, Barriers throws a flash cone that blinds enemies and deals 0 damage. If thrown at an ally, they will be hidden. But that sounds interesting as a backup. But I think we're gonna go just for straight up damage. And we found an Ingo Sash. Bonus damage. A fur sash full of pockets. And I can now choose who gets it. Well, since we're going on damage, let's give it to Bayardos. Claim. Will it now visibly shown on him as well when you claim it?
Yes. Yes, it will.
Even in the comics?
Oh yeah, everything you put on your characters in the comics, or like outside of the comics, will show up within them.
Oh, that is so cool. How many slices of art has the poor artist had to draw?
Oh my god. I think there's something like she just hit 1,000 layers on the one character model for all the different pieces that could potentially be slotted on them.
Wow.
It's pretty incredible.
Wow. Gallego, what game this is? It's on very top, Wildermyth. You're a natural, Jackson. You and I work well together. This spell, they spend a piece of day getting the flames under control. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight fires and clear debris, some full of curiosity, others visibly haunted by what they've seen. Kormaker?
You should go. Gormaker is alone, unless you think. I mean, I'm not sure who's safer suddenly.
She's at that ruined tower by now, probably talking to spiders or a ghost or something.
Or another deer monster. Gormaker will be waiting for us. What happened today could be happening everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower just stuck in my mind. It's like when you get apple skin in your teeth.
In your mind teeth?
Yeah.
Oh man, the puns.
Anyway, I just think we said we'd meet her. We should. Tower in the hills. You been there?
Yeah, once. Actually, looking at the tracks, they come and they go that direction. Jackson Barriers follow the poundal path of the monstrous feet, hoping for the best and dreading every other possibility. So now we choose here. Barriers and I have a secret romance, so I'm gonna go for romance here.
Love is in the air. Nice.
A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens the worry. In between question here, the linear storylines, I guess they are staying the same, or is the storybook start different for every time you start to play?
So, the dialogue within a given comic will change based on the personality traits of your characters. The base arc remains the same, especially in Ulstrix, which is kind of the tutorial campaign. They'll stay the same, but how the characters interact with each other will change based on, whether they're super snarky or whether they're kind of more reserved, that kind of thing.
That sounds interesting. A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens their worry.
Always been a little fond of her, I thought. Kramacker.
You mean I have? Huh? Is that true? I feel bad because I was angry at her. Last time we spoke, she got big plans, I admire her. I like the way she never talks down to me. Maybe it's why other people follow her. But the best thing is she doesn't ask to be followed. And plus it seems like no matter where she goes, we tend to have adventures. Were it just a bunch of creatures around that tower? So, how does the scouting mechanic or the overworld mechanic work? What do we see here? Top left, we have characters. What is this here with the monster and the...
The button on the left indicates how long it'll be until another set of calamity cards appear, and these are the kind of calamities that you can actually spend legacy points to cancel. If you're like, man, I really don't want that monster showing up in these fights, let me take it out for a little bit. And then the one on the right is for incursions, showing how long it's going to be before monsters will start coming out and attacking your towns and the places you've built up.
And then we have gathers in the party to this tile, defense against an incursion, and craft. How does a crafting system work?
So yeah, right now we're very poor. The rough kind of economy is that you go around clearing out sites of monsters, you repair them, and then at the end of a chapter they'll give you a certain number of resources of kind of varying types, which you can then spend to upgrade your heroes, buy them new armor, weapons, etc.
Okay, so the resources you only get after the end of an encounter, so to say. Or can you find
for the
them
most
while
part,
scouting?
yeah. There's a few events that'll give you some resources just right off the bat, and legacy points can be used interchangeably as any material. So they're super valuable, and you just get those from winning fights.
Okay, we're now in the scouting mechanic. Here you decide what kind of characters you send out for scouting that specific tile. Okay. So I guess we both are going there because we are about to find Kormakar. And... surprise! The previous night, the tower where Kormakar had arranged to meet Jackson in Barbados is a place she often used to escape to as a girl. She knows its rooms and floors so well, she could survive being chased through them. And now wait, I suppose. Dust keeps deep as rain puddles in here. And life is life. Better have a plan if that beast breaks through. You don't mean any of this, do you, beast? Try to punch him through. You're trapped in whatever sickness has changed you. Oh, so there's a... okay, so there's a sickness driving these animals? Crazy. The tower has outlived generations. Now it's little more than a strange nest of spiders, owls, and trysting lovers. But as the old will tell you, precious things go overlooked in a ruin. What lodges amidst the bones of failure is often the dreams of that drove it. Well said. Very well written. How many words are put into this whole adventure? Do you have an estimate on that?
Into Ulstrix specifically, I don't have an exact estimate. I think for the game we're pretty close to 1 million words. Yeah, it's a lot of writing. Our writer is very impressive, and all the writers that we've had have been really very impressive in their abilities.
That is friggin' fantastic. That book! Why have I never? Easy there. I guess you're wondering why I'm taking it to myself, Beast. I also wonder. Comiker bends to pull it loose. Oh. The book's heavier than its slender spine suggests. We have found the Wildermyth. Look at all this. It's full of strange stories. The folklore of folk long forgotten. Circles of ancients. It's wild nonsense how a woodcutter can read these rings inside old trees to find the exact moment a grove began calling itself a forest. The jester and the jailer. Is the partial tale of the commandant's court jester. He convinces his guard that the world inside the cell is freedom, and so the dutiful guardsman removes him. Papa Kariholt's horn. Spins the yarn of the father who drank so much and laughed so freely that he grew a beautiful spiral horn. His children were very proud. What the hell? Love it. Cormacus reaches the last word of the final tale. A few blank pages are left. This book. Something in her feels like it's coming, but she can't tell exactly what. I love the presentation, how the little bits of these story parts are like coming into it and presenting you more and more of the scenery. There's room in for another story. It's cold. And I'm stuck. This is a warning, but where do I go? Here in our yondering country. Comical Wine's words are ready. Omens have formed in the fabric of everything, and she's beginning to recognize them now. Some are just misgivings. They crept through their body like the sourceless aches one wakes with. Others are more substantial. Now they seem lightning pain, promise of thunder. For in the wild black woods their birds once built. A hateful silence. That looks like Cthulhu.
That was one of the inspirations, I'm fairly sure.
Pain lights Cormaker head. Oh, that sounds like me. Oh, light. Minutes of the morning? She lowers her blurry eyes. Her story lies before her in luminous script. Empty pages have sprouted behind it. Why do I feel powerful? Okay, I get a spoon. Let's grab a staff. Well, Beast, it's time I'm getting out of here. A ranger. Okay, so it's explaining you every monster when you meet them for the first time, I guess?
Yeah, it'll actually show all the monsters that will be in a fight. The folk cards. Or at least all the ones that will... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all the ones that'll just be in the fight.
It charges without seeing, misshapen tusks swinging wildly. So that sounds like I could use that for my advantage. Mingle the mystic's life energy with the blaze or piece of scenery. Interfuse target's grand vision and can be used for further purposes. Okay. What does that do, that interfuse?
So it's not your classic mage, and if you move into the other room, you'll see the monster. This is probably one of the biggest kind of divergence points for Wildermyth from normal typical fantasy. This is the kind of big magic system is the mystics take a portion of their soul and put it in an inanimate object, and it gives them abilities based on the object's type.
Oh. Use the interface the ability to connect with fire or scenery. Different types of scenery gives different effects and ability. Oh. I see. So interfuse with the forge. And now I can steal fire. And put it somewhere else. Okay. Stone disc launches at an enemy. How long do I have to keep line of sight with this thing?
It's not based on line of sight, but just a pure distance. I think it might be 9 tiles. You shouldn't hit it within this fight at least. In this case, you might want to interfuse with something in the same room as the Rager.
Makes sense. Candles. Put that shelf. Splinter blasts. Let's grab the barrel. And then pin you. Oh, this is
Nice.
cool.
Sticks are my personal favorite class.
What is your personal favorite class?
Mystics. No, that's
Mystics.
that's the class that this person is.
And eat that
There
shelf.
you go.
Chad says spoon would have went well with the frying pan. Why that?
True. Spoon is also my favorite for Mystics.
What is the difference between the stick and the spoon?
So the spoon slightly enhances your actual damage for the spells or the interfusions you're using, and then the staff gives you a little more protection by improving your block.
Now stand directly adjacent to an interfused object. They gain +1 damage. That sounds interesting. LS may wall with interfused objects. Grants extra armor and healing. Spirit Blade Compulsion. I like the Spirit Blade.
Pure Blade's very fun.
And we get a hide that I can salvage. Do I have to click on it to salvage it? Or is it the item if I
Yeah.
salvage I get a hide?
It's the item. So you can, so if you have, if your heroes are already fully kitted out, you can choose to just salvage the item instead and get a little bit of resources for it.
Let's see. Well, that I have that shawl.
Armor is quite good.
More monsters roamed the ruined halls and rattled the rotting furniture. But Cormac is quietly sensing her way in the dark. Daylight lands on her wrists. Cool wind soothes her tired eyes. Still the same world. She closes the door gently to make no noise. That was the Mystic's art that I did, right, Tower? Where'd I get it from? It just happened? Is it just one of those things? Things a woman born with that might blossom in her life when she needs them. Maybe I can't know, but I can already feel the responsibility. Korbaka! It'd be useful if I'd figure out, of course. Hopefully I'm not endangering anything. Korbaka! Okay! You look like it.
Hey, Cormac, something happened?
Bertus? You here? You're safe, good. Oh, and you too, Jackson. Jackson and I barely made it.
Yeah, see that smoke on the horizon? That's from the town.
Yeah, that's Carryhold. It burnt? Grrr. Things are different than they were. Yeah, well, I don't know if you've ever seen something quite like this. A monster? Sure we have.
We slay monsters.
I love the commentary in this. It's so cute. The angry face. The fuck are you talking about? Okay, well, I do magic. So, assault the Vadru Vigil. So you discovered a new site. It sells on enemy control. Click on the banner to assault it. Okay. What does the strength value mean?
That tends to indicate how many cards are going to be drawn, but it's also just a general idea of this is how spooky this is going to be. So 2, I think we can hand.
Okay. What do the icons beneath and tile mean? Like this leaf,
This will
hide?
show the resources that a tile will give you as long as it's not been damaged at the end of a chapter. So the town will give you one of a few, and it looks like Wardrobe Vigil will give us an ingot, a hide, and a spell thread.
Hmm. So it's your interest to kind of keep those tiles alive as you head towards the end of a chapter, so you get the resources.
Yes, absolutely.
I see, I see. Well, let's get it started over here. Let's go.
I'm sick of talking. I'm going in. Don't follow me if you're scared.
I would say that point. Okay, bye. Let's go in.
Okay. Thanks for giving me the option.
A perfect understanding isn't like to emerge what these beasts are, where they came from, what drove them to attack the town in Carryhold, but letting them nest here feels like the wrong idea.
Unless you really are scared. Let's just pick a plan and go with it.
Sure. Well. I'll let you choose here. What do we have here? Back at my house. So we get courageous or stoicism.
Let's have some courage. Why not?
Come on. Back at my house, it was pretty simple. Kill the beast before it kills you.
That's
Okay.
the essence of the game.
How many
Just-
players? Oh, how many characters can you craft in a run? Do you stay with your 3 guys to make
yeah,
more?
It tends to, by the 3rd chapter, you should have 5 people, so kind of a full, and really, honestly, by the 2nd chapter, you should have 5 people, and then after that, you can recruit more, but most fights, you can only have a max of 5 people in them. The only exception to that are incursions, where any heroes that are on the tile can help you in the fight. So you might have like 8 or 9 heroes for a really big incursion.
I hear you. I hear you.
And then also, your characters do age over time, and after a certain point, they will retire. So like poor Jackson. I mean, this is only a 3-chapter campaign, so we might actually keep the whole team. In like 5-chapter campaigns, your warriors and even your hunters will kind of get old and just have to stop adventuring, and you'll get new heroes that can learn from them.
That sounds amazing. Do they also, like, if they have a romance, get children, stuff like that?
Yes, yeah, they have kids that'll join you throughout the campaign, especially if you don't have a ton of heroes. So, yeah.
That's interesting. So, courage, all heroes plus 2 damage for 3 turns. So that means we need to kind of push it to take advantage of that plus 2 damage. Then we have a raccoon that is as exploded and has some tentacles out. And then we have the row again. Traveling through the shadows, it's barbed bandages eagerly twitch. This kind of looks like a range character that will shoot those things. So every hero starts up with 2 action points every turn, different abilities, single action, swift actions, and free actions. Fair enough. So, if I decide to go to a point, do I still have time to go the rest of the tiles that I have, or is it like you go there, you stay there?
Oh yeah, you can move to one set of tiles if they're green, and then unless you take another action, you can then move to the tiles you would have been able to go to in like one full.
Oh, I see.
There is also a undo at the top right-hand corner for moves. So if you move somewhere and you're like, oh, I misclicked, you can undo it.
Perfect.
Only get per fight.
So, I'll just move over here and light the lamp. Mr. Frying Pan, sir. Over there with you. Gonna stand next to you. And then we shall wait. Is there a limit on my time turns and whatnot that I take?
No, you can take your time, be patient. At least in this circumstance. There are missions where the enemies are just going to keep coming at you until you finish them.
In we go. So... Open the door. Surprise! Nobody here.
Nobody in there. Alright, guess they're all in that last room.
Team up there. And the courage is gone. Shame. Is this where they are in the room? Random? Like when you...
There are spawns set on every map for where they can show up, and it'll change based on how many monsters. So yeah, next time they might be in the first room, or they might all be in the room on the left. And most of the maps are procedurally generated as well, so they have kind of rough rules applied to them, but they'll look a little different each time.
Oh, that makes amazing replayability.
That was the goal.
Seeing out a monster, what kind of mechanics do they have? Is there attack of opportunity as I see these little red cones? Or is this
So
just my
that's
attack
showing
direction?
that you can hit him if you shift and left click on the monster. I'm fairly certain you should be able to see its movement range. So yeah, you can see that's where the monster can move, and otherwise, if you just hover over it, you can see its attack and approximately how much damage it.
Is there a... I didn't caught the answer if there is a attack of opportunity, for example, if I move
No,
through
there's not.
him. Okay, so he can
It's
also just
showing that
move away from me and attack somebody in the back.
He can, and he very well might. The AI can be a little vindictive sometimes.
I see. So, we can make a slam that should kill him. And then we can fuse with the... Amplify the radiance of the light source. Shackle makes 1 damage. I wonder if I use it on you. Can I shackle you? Oh, I can.
Nice,
Stay,
there you go.
Stay there, raccoon. And then I come over here because it gives me even extra damage. Swap weapon, swaps to the close range weapon, I guess. When a loser step, Turtle slips into the gray plane. He's hidden. Okay.
So yeah, each class has a kind of base ability they get. Warriors get Guardian, which is kind of if anyone enters an adjacent space, they get attacked. Hunters get Gray Plane, which is stealth, and then Mystics get Intervention, which is important.
I knew it! He's shooting.
Nice. There you go. First victory.
Well, third, technically.
Right, third victory. First with the full party.
That is true. So we found a Langthorn, a sword. I guess we're gonna give that to you instead of the frying pan, right?
Oh, tragic. It's good while it lasted.
It says over here, knockback, more damage, stunt damage. What does that mean?
Stunt is our word for critically hitting. So when you critically hit, you'll deal 2 extra damage instead of 1.
Okay.
There are also elemental weapons in the game that have special effects when you critically hit. And there's also just artifact weapons that also have special effects when you critically hit. So stunt can be really important.
Okay, I see the synergy there happening. Also love that you're naming the item that you claim. I just named it toothpicker.
Yeah, you can name it, and if you craft it, you can actually like give it its own history and everything.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds amazing. It's like really a crafting your own story kind of thing.
Yeah, in every way we could let folks do it. That's what we wanted.
That's beautiful. The last misshapen creature folds its bones and dies. Blue fluids darkens the dust. Just blood, I suppose. Corrupted blood?
Corrupted is a heady word.
Heady word. Look, Look at us. Look what we did.
Yeah.
Day drops, day rises, dusk is sweat, the sunrise sweeter. It's not long before they cleans the old tower up a bit. I guess the old tower becomes our base of operation.
Yeah, it'll give us resources.
Oh, I see. We'll be working on this forever, I'm telling you. Sometimes got to keep fighting, or our roads, or hills, or wild places. The threat will only grow. We all feel that. Let's not wait to be overrun. We're a company of heroes now. We walk the land, we'll fight. People need us. We'll give ourselves a name and make sure it's one they'll sing.
Sounds like you thought about this. I'll let you choose. Name it whatever you like.
Okay. You know what? Let's let the audience choose here. What shall our company be called? This is always a terrible choice to do, but let's go. Those at Steam and also over here at Twitch, whoever is first, this shall be thy name. Army of the North. I see we're sticking to our Viking theme here. I mean, calling a company Army of the North? Okay. Army of the North it is. After that, the three of them are inseparable. Rumors and rampart. Heroes are needed. This world will be flooded in sorrows, but its defenders are joining by a fire at night. Here follow the tales of the Army of the North. Be remembered. I love this scenery. This is such a cool inscenation of that. Company of Doofs. Bouncy Corgus.
Oh man, these are great.
Your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. This monster is now stronger, plus 2 damage. Extra raccoon damage. Wow.
Those extra damage calamities can, especially on higher difficulties, can get really bad. The monsters can just one-shot you if you're not careful.
Get legacy points by taking new sites. Spend legacy points to do things like recruit heroes, build stations, cancel calamities. Use them wisely. So, securing a site. Once a site is free of enemy control, you can spend some time to secure it. Secured sites provide resources, and so on and so forth. Let's secure it.
So yeah, here you can choose to take a little more time, or you can just repair it, keep going.
Let's find an item. Does that finding an item takes longer than just repairing it quickly?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, time is a really important resource, because as you're, searching, getting new items, the monsters are building up their power to, have more calamities appear, or even an incursion.
Ooh, I see. Labor times 2 mystic, is that because she's mystic, searching and doing that is faster?
Yes, yeah, so each of the classes has a little overland buff. Warriors are faster at building defenses, and hunters are faster at scouting.
I see. So I just imagine now Core Maker going Alakazula, Magicabula, Pipeti Papati Boom, and then all the things start to clean themselves like that Mickey Mouse thing there. I forgot its name of the movie. The Apprentice or something. Just don't split too many brooms.
Let's see
Throughout
what we
delving
got.
through the mysteries of our vigil has proven rewarding. The vigil returns in hands of a common folk while they tend to it. The site will provide resources at the end of each chapter. And we get hides, ingots, or... Oh, we get those. Never mind. And we got Moon Willow Pauldrons. Speed high. What does the speed attribute gives you? How far you can run?
Yes, yeah, and it's also the classes have a lot of slightly subtle differences. as they level up, they will get stat boosts in kind of different directions. So over time, the warrior is the one who you're going to have to worry about how fast they are, because they don't get very many speed buffs. And as you get older, your character does actually slow down.
I'll give it to Jackson, since he's our front man. Some nice Moon Willow pauldrons. 25 years old greenhorn warrior. Oh, lovely. So, I'm gonna scout ahead. Let's go. So, what does infested tiles mean for us?
So they're bad. Basically, if you let them spread across the map, when an incursion is then created over time, it'll be much stronger based on how many tiles are infested, and it'll use up all the infestations. But then you're facing a 12 strength incursion with your 3 heroes, and that's gonna be pretty tough.
And certain tiles needs multiple scouting to completely scout them ahead, since we have here just half of it, or was it paused?
Well, it stopped because there was a message that showed up, so it just paused time.
I see. Yeah, there we go. Gamble fields have been revealed. We're getting here a lot of food. I guess it's the resource.
Yeah, that's Heartwood, and it looks like that's actually where the final mission of this chapter will be. So we don't need to go there right now. We gotta clear everything else out before we come back to Gamble Fields.
Scout this town for more information. Build a bridge. That's the infestation.
In future chapters, there will be tiles that are kind of blocked off by either mountain ranges or rivers, and then it's really important to build a bridge. But it does take a pretty chunky amount of time.
Oh, an infestation hit over here. Can you fight the infestation back?
Yes, yeah. If you have 3 heroes, you can patrol on that site to clear out an infestation.
Oh, I see. Ben builds has been found. Let's fight it. Romans of Thixel have led Army of the North over craggy slopes to the sites of long-forgotten ruins. Windworn rocks and decayed edifices are all that remain of this ancient city. Weird. Nothing in local histories about what kind of people they were. What happened to them?
Trail goes this way. Doesn't look too old.
This actually wants me to collect a group of people and play this. Everybody talking as their own character and playing out the story.
It's a lot of fun. I did it once or twice. It's a good time.
I think that Thrixel had something particular reason for coming here.
Well, there's plenty of stonework still intact. Could put it to use maybe? Turn this place into something defensible.
Humans aren't the only ones who've learned to use what the dead leave behind. The dead? Sometimes you forget most of them were just plain, ordinary folks living their lives. You know, with all the usual hopes and fears and everyday concerts. The streets must got crowded in the daytime, with laborers, peddlers, livestock even. And when night fell, families would huddle in the houses, trade stories over a meal or rock their children to sleep. But that sounds brutal. You've given it a lot of thought, love. Wonder what kind of lives we would have lived if we settled in a place like this.
Sounds like our Thrixel.
Flack. In the open pit of an old amphitheater, the Thrixel will mellow out, idly dismembering old statuary.
We just bust in?
Bunch of them stand under the pillar. How about we bring it down?
Nice. There we go.
Can that malfunction and not work out for you?
So we do have some choices that have a % chance, but in this case, you can infuse with a pillar. You can bring it down. That's a certain.
I see. All foes suffer 2 damage to the start of the mission. So the Weaver. Its head weaves its odd patterns. Man, the art style on these creatures are so good.
One of the things I really love about the game is that the different monster groups are so completely distinct, like both tonally and art-wise. They just really have nothing in common with each other.
They're super good. Clamoring, clattering, and cries out in doubled voices. Will this do some scream thing on me? Maybe. Go on, Beatus. Jackson. Step by step. Oh, hello there. Oh, and it sounds the alarm as it revealed me. Okay, that's how they work. So they scream out loud. Rock pile. A stone disc launches at the enemy and ricochets to another nearby enemy. Oh, hello there. But the
Just
range
out
is...
of range.
Okay. Let's run up here. How about now?
So the range is actually based on where the scenery is. What you can do is you can try to hit that other piece of scenery, and if it does, it'll bounce off, and one of the other shots of the discus might hit an enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. One down.
Eat that. So, you said if I hold what button again? Can I see their movements?
Shift left click.
Shift left click. Okay. Oh, there's even tilting the map. I can look like that. Oh, cool.
Tilt it, rotate it.
Nice. And they move with you. That's cute.
Part of our kind of 2.5D.
Good, so we can move quite close without any problem. Move a little bit closer. Barredos has line of sight from there. Take a shot. Ooh!
That's gonna be a tough one. Oh, he got it! Wow, and he stunted too! Very nice. Whew.
Dude, what is going on with Barredos?
I know. Stunting machine.
Look at that!
Man.
Stun goes for how long?
It's the same chance to hit each time, even if you stunted the turn before. So you've just gotten very, very lucky.
And how long is he stunned? Or how does the stun mechanic work?
Oh, sorry, stunted. My bad. There are some stunt effects that stun a creature, but no, in this case, stunt just critical hit.
Oh, I see. Stunned is crit. Oh, yeah, exactly. So it can go until there, and it can attack. What is it shooting? The tons are so far red. Interfuse, slice, damage, range 2. Oh, it can warp.
Grixel are my favorite monster creatures. They have some of the most fun abilities.
Smack that. So let's move over here. And let's Stalwart and Guardian. Oh, interfused. I see what he's doing there. Getting interfused against is not fun. I mean, I can imagine only is how much fun it is to interfuse them.
Ooh, okay, so this is of a chance to get a more powerful weapon when you finish a fight, and we got a tier 2 crossbow. Quite good.
So I guess that's better than the farm bow. 5 damage. Range is a little bit less, but the stun damage is super high.
The nice thing about crossbows is you can actually shoot enemies that are adjacent to you, whereas with a bow, you can't hit anyone that's right next to you. Perfect name.
The pointy shoot. I don't know, it kind of fits the theme that Bird is giving me. He gives me like this kind of goofball, bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to say any bad words, but kind of this village dummy.
Well, he's stunted a lot. Impressive dummy.
As the breathing stills, they hear the chittering of birds, the buzz of bees, overgrown grasses rustle in the breeze. Gone quiet. This must be the last of them.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have a look around, though. Who knows with a place like this?
Bird was in chat. How very dare you! Not far from where they thought a succession or section of flagstone appears to be coming up. Cormac pries some way with her toe, uncovering what appears to be a way below. I love that it's in rhyme sometimes. With a little more effort, they widen out an entrance. Stairs?
How deep is it?
Nifty, wondering what's down there.
Any good reason not to go?
Is it because of... I want to see here, character sheets. What kind of character... Where can I see that? His
So their little
perks.
subtitle right below their name is actually based on their top 2 personality traits, their most kind of present ones. So it turns out I'm a romantic hothead. So these are the kind of the traits that'll influence the conversations. A compassionate leader, look at that.
The goofish leader. Yeah, I told you. He reminds me a little bit of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
You know, that is not the first time I've heard that about a character in this game.
Down they climb into the ancient city's underbelly. Slimy things skitter away as they approach. A rancid odor hangs in the air.
Push over there, let me just...
In a splash of light, their surrounding take color and shape. The passage opens into a small enclosure, an oval room. Bits of rotten wood and matted straw form a pale suggestion of a bed at one end.
Smells, doesn't it?
Looks like somebody must have lived here. Were they mold people? Mold people. Scattered around the room are what remains of life's possession. Most are decayed or moth-eaten beyond recognition.
Would have been a hat, maybe.
Ugly dull thing. If the Thrixels found this place, I'm guessing they didn't see anything worth taking. There's one item that catches Cormac's eye, a small bone flute, set atop a stone pedestal. Alone, it seems to have survived the passage of the year unarmed. Moon-colored, its surface is smooth, polished by the press of an ancient fingertip. It begs to be held again. There's a look I know well. I? Remember the words of that old wandering bard, Dan Snow? Used to say that even where language divides, a song, a simple melody, is universal. Wonder what it sounded like, the music these people used to play, and whether it would tell us more about them.
The way it's placed, was treasured by the hands that held it. Well looked at.
I mean, I would probably not take it, but for the sake of the video here, the show, we of course gonna take the item that is probably definitely not cursed at all.
No. It's fine. Look at
A
that.
bone
See,
flute.
it's friendly.
Okay. A bone flute carved in years by gone, left smoothed by long dead fingers. I mean, since we're the party leader, what is warding for a
Thing is magic armor, roughly, so it protects you against magic attacks.
magic attacks? Charisma brings me, in terms of charismatic choices and rolls, a bonus.
Yes, it'll help you in some choices that have a chance to them.
Okay, let's put it on.
Right, the snazzy bone flute.
Cormac moves forward and carefully plucks the flute from its stand. Whoever made it, would they want it to waste away for centuries? Silent, forgotten? You can't continue your legacy in any way. Taking it, do you sort of mean it's like a nip of an immortality for whoever it was? They put out of the torch, make their way back to the surface, and now action, Indiana Jones music, and a huge boulder comes rolling at us. No?
No, the giant boulder is a different comic, yeah.
Oh,
there,
okay. I see. And seal the passage behind them. You know, it's probably covered in ghost spittle. Going to give it a good scrubbo. Ghost spittle. Oh, I cannot cancel that. This monster is now stronger, armor, and warding. I see. I see. So in terms of like a beginner's tip here, should you focus on enforcing these things and getting the resources? Should you focus on getting rid of the infestation?
Sure. So my my general tactic, which should apply here, is at this point you've got 5 legacy points. That's enough for you to get another person to your party, which you probably want. Whenever you can really afford to recruit someone, and someone good, you probably should do it. Because there's just going to be more enemies that keep appearing, and eventually your 3 heroes are just going to be outmatched.
Okay. Well done.
So yeah, generally you want to get someone, and then you want to kind of explore everything you can as fast as you can, and then you can start building up defenses. And as the chapters go on, the map does get bigger, so you have a larger area to worry about.
And also coming back here to recruit somebody and stuff like that takes time.
It's time.
Stuff will happen. Oh, that's cool. Your enemies advance their plans over time. So all of this happens if I don't cancel them.
Yes, yeah. If we don't stop it, they're gonna get these extra abilities and monsters.
We need the 3 to buy somebody new, right?
Yes, yeah. Non-legacy hero cost. It's a good idea. Since Gorgons are the main monster of this campaign, you're going to be seeing them more than the other groups. Those tend to be the calamities you want to stop.
Okay. Keep going. And we got Elon Mark. I nearly read Elon Musk there. Is a romantic poet, and he shall be somebody from chat here. What do we have here? Captain. He's Captain Dope. Recruit him. Back! I saw you leave a while ago.
Did, and it's going well. Monster slaying. There's just so much monster slaying going on. But Bottom line is we could do with another pair of hands. You interested?
Love that the recruiting even tells a little story. Blanky branch of a lad in battle? These are ever-shifting days. Perhaps this branch could see itself a spear.
That sounded promising. So you're in?
I am! What sorts of skills do you need to meet? Okay, so now we can choose here. What do you reckon? Should we grab another warrior? So the warriors stand next to each other?
I'm a big Mystic fan, so I would go for a second Mystic.
Second Mystic it is. Captain Dope, the magician. Or Mystic one in that case. So I see that the thing is spreading here. This is a nest itself. But we should patrol on it so it's not spreading down more south than it is already. But I can only send 3.
You have to have at least 3. Also, you might want to finish training the other hero first.
Oh, prepare to recruit. I see.
It's just a farmer. You gotta teach him how to swing the Mystic Stick.
Ah. Could I spread up the band there and let somebody train him and the other ones do the patrol?
Absolutely. And it's actually faster to train someone if they're the same class as you. So if we'd left Cormacker there, you would have been able to train him faster than if we just left a warrior there.
Captain Doe presents his charge against his foes, dealing 1-3 damage to hostile creatures who enter adjacency to him. That sounds interesting. Let's go for open mind. So you can interfuse with 1 additional and plus 1.3 potency. Okay. So we may ambush a group or Beaver heroes. Let's go and patrol. Can you run away from an encounter?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can retreat from encounters, and sometimes that is the best idea, but it's pretty rough because if you retreat from an encounter, your opponents still get a calamity from it. So they still get stronger even if you win. Alright, so we don't have any money for these. We just gotta...
Accept down. More thoggy.
Another difficulty kind of you can make is at the beginning you can have a certain amount of calamity cards already in the game. So we have some mad folk in the Discord that will put 100 calamities as they start on Walking Lunch.
Okay.
Which I've tried, and it's a unique experience.
Redbirds are revealed. So let's patrol here first. What does happen if I go fight into the fight before patrolling? Does that influence my...
It'll be harder. Yeah, they'll have more monsters in that fight because of the infestation.
And this means +1 from infested tiles because there are tiles adjacent to this one?
Yes, of the same monster type. So other monsters don't support each other, but this one has one above that's supporting it. And if you destroy this site, it'll clear out that infestation.
If I destroyed this side, you mean?
Yeah.
It will clear out the whole infestation around it?
Just the one that's supporting it, so just the one above.
Okay, strength 4. Is that doable?
That's doable. Oh yeah, easy.
Easy, he says, and laughs maliciously.
I might get some more wood for the fire.
You gonna be up longer, Captain Dope? Already turning in.
Oh, okay, great. That's fun. It's not that late, is it? I guess that stretch of thick brush today was rough.
Somewhat. The evil grin. Anyway, one company?
Don't feel obliged. It won't be interesting. Just awake.
Mm. The face. I love it. Rattle clunk. My wood.
Oh, thanks.
Wow.
A lot of wood.
The fire wriggles through the fresh wood, happy as a mud dog. Jack's eyes grow tired. Begins to see things.
So this is I love this comic. This was actually written by our artist. It's fun because so right now we only see two options. But if you happen to have a flame arm that you can get from another event, there'll be a third option that'll appear where you get to talk to like a fire salamander. It's just lovely. I just adore it.
Oh, so depending on how your character evolved and whatnot, you get different options to choose.
Yes, yeah, different options can appear.
How crazy was that in terms of like putting all these paths and synergies together?
Our poor writer. He has to work really hard to make sure that within a given comic, not only are there like these fun options that you can see, but that all the lines make sense, even if the person they're talking to like has a crow head or something, or is a skeleton, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of thought and work that goes into just making one comic make sense and fit in with all the possible options and characters.
So let's. What do you see in the fire?
Let's see. I see some Gorgon thought in there.
Gorgon thought it is. A Gorgon might love fire, were it not against its nature. Gorgon and flame tongues might have quite a bit to say to each other. They'd sing of spreading over landscape, nimbling at fleeing feet. Nature's only got a few patterns, they say. Oh, that's you. Never mind.
Oh, nature's only got a few patterns, they say. Pick them out, you start to see them everywhere.
One quick moment. Just realized that. The command for the title is still showing the previous title.
No sweat.
There we go. Now it's correct. Jackson suddenly realizes he has no idea how much time has passed. Wins. Oh,
Gorgon's on the brain tonight.
Karoo!
And rightly so, it turns out.
Snapping branches and wet grunts blowing through the pines. Go back here, Captain Dope! Sorry.
Captain Dope! Very good.
Lily eyes strain to see beyond the dying light. And here we go. This monster is now stronger.
So nice. Because of our choice, it actually removed a calamity.
Oh, nice. So, charges we've had. We have these ones. You're nasty shooting guy. There's a trail of corrupt on the ground. Oh, look at this tile head.
I actually made this map.
You did
Yeah.
then.
Yes, yeah, I do a fair bit of level design as well.
This is so cool. Okay, all on one. Everybody attack that poor thing over there. Very good. Okay, Captain Dope. Rise and shine. Still fire. And oh, it's not in range.
Just out of reach.
Let's move over here because I think it might reach me. Yeah, it would. What does the tent do? I cannot synergize with that.
It's a little
Shot.
too far away, I think.
Right. Wild Grasp. Range 5. Well done. There we go.
Nice. Down.
Could have even pulled it in with that. We're gonna move down here. And we shall garden.
So yeah, a big thing we had to think about when making these maps is that you can get this event at in any of the chapters, but in chapter 5 there's going to be a lot more monsters than there are in chapter 1. So it seems a little big right now, but you know, if it was smaller in chapter 5, it'd be completely full of monsters and you couldn't move anywhere.
Wow. So we're gonna wait over here. Bears ask, what is Jackson's favorite change that can happen to a character?
Oh, that is so tough. There's so many cool ones. I think my personal favorite is, without spoiling too much, you can gain these kind of sylvan arms, these kind of like green fey-like appendages, and they have just the ability they give you is called Witherbolt. It's one of the coolest in the whole game, where it can shoot and hit people, and for each person it hits up to 3, it doubles its damage. If you shoot it into a crowd, the first hit will be a little weak, and then the second one will be strong, and then the last one is like massive.
That sounds
It's awesome. I love it.
crazy good. The name of the game is called Wildermyth. You can see it on the top, written for you out. Beard says that apparently his first Kormaker character ended up like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was a pretty rare event for a little while. I think it's a little more common now, but it's still one of my favorites.
There we go. Let's have the tree grab you.
Ooh, that's a good move. Rager can move, or it can basically dash and attack all on one turn. Pretty dangerous.
So the strike makes 5 damage. He has 6 life points. But he cannot... Can he reach us? He can. If I go over here, he cannot anymore. Okay, Kormaker, move up there. Wait, what? Why did he move that far?
Ooh, he used his whole turn.
Oh, he dashed over here. I see. I see what he did there.
He was that eager to see you.
Well, here. Have some fire.
Nice.
Nope. What's that doing? Damage 2. That's exactly the amount I need. Oh, is it too close?
I think it can't actually pull him anywhere. Oh, it's because you have two things that can wild grasp something. So what you do is you click on wild grasp, then you click on the one that you want to
I
actually
see.
do the pull. There you go.
And it blocked
Oh,
it.
he blocked it. That's alright. I think the fire will get him.
Hit chance. So there is a flanking ability. Good. The fire will
Flanking
do
is-
2 damage when his turn starts.
Yeah, he doesn't have any warding, so the fire will hit him full on.
Okay. Is it like something like Overwatch? No. Our shoot should do 5 damage. Well, let's hope that it is a killing shot. Very good.
Ooh, nice.
Whew.
By the way,
Risky to
feel free to
damage.
turn up the difficulty on my on if you're feeling it's a little too easy. You've clearly played a fair number of tactics games, so it will get harder just by its very nature. But
Are range attacks nearby harder to hit?
most no, some monsters can't do ranged attacks when you're adjacent to them. I'm fairly certain the raccoon can, however.
You're here. Can I grab a synergy back? Or like...
So
take
yeah,
the-
you can only have 2 interfused at once, and withdraw lets you take it out and then you can put it somewhere else.
I see. That was the one with withdraw. Let's move up here. Interfuse with that one. Well, let's have a look if the raccoon will attack us.
It has that extra damage bonus too, so it'll hit a little hard. Hover also does exist, so if you hover over a piece of scenery, you can see if it'll offer partial cover, full cover, that kind of thing.
Good cover.
It can make
for
a
Jason.
pretty big difference.
Partial cover. Okay. Amplify the radiance. Explode a wooden object into a shredding blast. I get a feeling that that might attack our dear Jackson over there as well.
I can take it. I can take the hit.
I can
Hey, there you
decide
go.
where. Armor shred. Perfect. Beautiful. That's what I wanted to see. And now take it out.
Ooh, nice, he missed his attack.
Whew. How does the decision hands up who gets what and how much experience?
The XP is just based on who's in the fight. It's not based on, kills, because we felt that would have like weird incentives that you have to worry about, oh, who's gonna get the last hit, that kind of thing. So it's just balanced
I see.
across.
The last of the orange light sinks into the embers. Jackson remembers his earliest reveries and tucks them away. The next day, scour East Gluggery.
Scraped up but empty. They smelled us last night and came running.
I was feeling a little overripe myself.
Anyway, a lot of work to be done.
Oh man. More calamities are happening. I would say, Jackson, at this point, we leave you off into the abyss of the interwebs and say our thanks for hanging
Yeah,
out
of
with
course.
us and presenting with us and having a little bit of a look behind the scenes. We're excited for more to come. I'm excited for the DLC. If you want to check it out, link in the chat, link in the description later down below of the video. We're going to continue to play this on. We have still like an hour-ish of time, but I don't want to keep you up too much just reading dialogue there with us. So
That was great. It was a ton of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you for joining us. It was phenomenal. Thank you kindly. And any last words before you head off and we go back into our adventure?
Just thanks again, and hope you enjoy the game. And to everyone who gets it, I hope you have fun.
I mean, I know my community at least. Don't know the wide spread of people they're watching from Steam with over 4,000 people. But if you like good stories and, I don't know, want to tell your own and have a little bit of a decision making in there in a very cool storybook-like presentation, comical-like, go grab it. Thanks a lot for watching. Until later. Thank you kindly, Jackson.
Of course.
So, back to the game. I just said thanks a lot for watching, but we're actually not ending. Pro streamer stats sometimes. That was awesome. Thanks, Jackson. It was. It was. So, back to the game. Cannot cancel. This monster is now stronger. Yay. We got 2 LPs. Extra armor. So we're fighting against of these Malaka quite a lot. Can I take his extra armor away? With the cards. View Army of the Nord. With 2 LPs. Wasn't there a way where he said that I could disable cards? Or is it only when these events are happening with the cards that I can disable them? Only when it pops up. Okay. Gotcha. So we clean these 2 tiles. Let's move over here. And clean that part's patrol. Incursion. Gorgons in great numbers move to attack your lands, driving peaceful folks before them. Your enemies will travel from tile to tile, attacking and destroying sites until they are defeated. Yours incompetent, repelling by defenses you've built. The numbers will wear down once incursion size reaches 0. The enemy will dissipate and the incursion will be over. Oh no. Incursion will travel to your towns, ruining. You've already ruined destroyed sites in a way. Fall into towns are destroyed, the game ends. Oh, bad. Let's fight the incursion. Since we're here. Oh, it's not too strong. They don't seem to know we're here. Let's make a plan. Start fires and exploit the confusion. Oh, you poor fools. Army of the North gain temporal damage +1. Nice. Currently the 60% have been working. +3 folk cards on turn 3. So they're coming later. Fair enough. Oh, another one. Hello there. Mobridus. Beautiful shot. Let's move over here. Infuse this. Is at the range of 4. And ricochets to a nearby enemy. Damage shred. I'm gonna do the fire. Range 3. Nothing really. Range 3. Okay, let's grab that stone thingy. Toss it at you. And it even hit the one behind it. Armor shredded him. Beautiful. Let's move up here. Grab the stump. And Splinter Smash. Boom. Another armor shred. Perfect. His range is until then. I'm gonna move up here and make the Guardian. What? How did he? His range was just 1. Could he just run through an attack? Apparently. Oh my goodness. You still up? Not exactly. Don't need Captain Dope fussing over me though. Who's fussing? Look at yourself. You're clearly done. Went to an adjacent town, so avoided you. Go on, get out of here. We'll take care of the rest. yeah, watch this. Cormac dials and deals 13 damage. Avoided Jackson. Oh, man. Get out of here. Achievement unlocked. The cost of heroism. Don't hold it against me, alright? Deal. Oh, no. Actually banned. Come on, Beardus. 8 damage! Sheebus creepus. Uh, 4 damage. 4 damage. Let's grab the campfire. Steal fire. Put him on fire. Gonna steal ward and guardian. And we're gonna wait. He gets 2 damage. He runs around and hits Burritos. Oh, this hit is worse than Burritos had braced for. He struggles to stay up. I let them down. Everyone goes slow and dim. Better back off next time. Burritos loses 2 health for the remainder of this game. Won't go down without a fight. Burritos dies, deals 12 damage. I may not make it, but the others will. Burritos dies, 3+ armor to everyone. Oh my goodness. Better back off next time, baby. Another day, perhaps I can be patient. I'm broken, but perhaps a bit bent. Burritos slips away. Oh, fuck. And more full cards appear. Defeat all foes. Oh, we're so screwed. This provides good cover. Let's run over here. Danger. Oh, because of the fire. Synergy. Let's take that fire over here. And fire leash on him. No. Oh, I cannot move through. Oh, damn it. This will be bad. Took cover. Very good. Very good. I wonder if the corruption actually starts burning. If you put fire on it. I see 4 enemies. Scenery that gives partial cover. Good cover prevents protection against adjacent. Okay, so apparently even diagonally counts as adjacent. So interfuse with range 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3. Grab that. Fire leash onto you. Stuns, and he will die and burn next turn. And I'm gonna move over here to damage. Beautiful. Corruption. Ooh. Ooh. Standing next to each other is actually then not so good. So let's grab that fire in front of us then. Synergize with it. Fire leash on you. He's getting 5 damage and therefore will die. So that means disable the stalwart and go right up to them and attack. Block 1. Fair enough. 1 bites the dust. 5 damage. Another 6 damage. Oh, we're so fucked. Somebody's gotta pay for that. He charged forwards, chasing his own grabbled yell. His falling strikes find their target, and then Night shallows him. Jackson, no longer. Wow! This is so evil. I'm going to interact with that. Splinter Blast, that's 2 damage. That's what I need. No, I didn't want to withdraw. No, can I undo? I cannot undo. We shall terribly die. Oh, Kelp is maimed. This too shall pass. Wow. Yeah, Orchist. There will be a DLC coming out for this game. The spider sacrifice, the battle at Pool Samoth has ended defeated. Oh, man. I feel like accept defeat here. For my sake. We'll start a new adventure. How much time do we got left before we enter into our next talk? Yeah, we can start a new adventure. Anybody in chat, be it Steam or here, wants to be our 3 new brave characters? New story. During war, the Age of Ulstrix. We're gonna play on... I'm gonna keep it on Tragic Hero. Dude, there are mods? Sheesh. TJ wants to be one. Okay. Then... Decisive Romantic. Head and face. I can... And wow. Okay. Export faces, export characters. Facial here. Size. Let's make a group of doors. Attracted the women. Allow children. So this one is TJ. Error. Good. Then we have a lady over here. Let's call her Dragon Lady. Dear member of the community. Poetical loner. And then last but not least, give me a pickaxe, I'll be happy. I mean, we'll see what we can do. Compassionate coward. And then I'm gonna have Bairdos the Second. Okay. The book. There's a room and a story, and I'm stuck in here. Who am I? Is the Yundan country. Something is strange. Light goes up. TJ going through the woods. Wondering on those soft glancing town ladies if they remember you. Well, I guess I'll just have to do something memorable this time. Breezes the lights, the daybirds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking breath, ready to leap in the sea. Apparently TJ is all thoughts about the ladies. It's already... Here's the hard part, getting Dragon out of the house. Unless she's out alone somewhere, then I get to joy track her down. That smoke. Flames upon the rooftops. Ooh, Dragon Lady and TJ have a romance going on. Dragon! You're not stuck, are you? Don't be dead. I love that the looks are different. Sorry, TJ, that I choose there for you. I'll let you choose from now on. Hello? You seem to have been running slowly. Nah. Was there any lag on you for you guys going on? Or what did I got that message? Our home's standing. Dragon! Can we put the fires out? Come outside, help me. Dragon! TG doesn't know. Why is no one? Dragon shoves it up. Yeah, fire? Yes, so you notice. Get inside. Huh. Slam. Your bow? Yeah, there's things in the streets. You didn't see any? Like monsters. I don't know. I've got one trap behind. Behind the house? Well, Steve... What Sting puts no plan, sorry to say. Right, so here. I've got some tools around. We've always been, strong. Some thinking together. Can at least drive it off. Together. So, what do you want? Pitchfork, pickaxe, or frying pan? You said a pickaxe, right? Give me a pickaxe. Pickaxe is this. You know, in case we... Oh, don't worry, TJ. I'll be right here. Open the door when you're ready. Alright, just let me stand in front of you. Oh wait, the door is not here. The door is somewhere else. Oh, the map is randomized. Beautiful. Open. Ha! No one here. Ha ha! Still no one here. Ha ha ha! No? Oh. There we go. The dragon lady here behind. Wait. It is coming. Oh. Run over here. Let's move you down there. Let's move you over here. And shoot. 3 damage. Damage. TJ, strike it down. Beautiful. Victory! So, what kind of ability do you want? Melee attacks only cost TJ 1 action. Replaces Guardian. Leaps up to 2 tiles in order to intercept a foe who passes nearby, performing a reaction strike. Oh, it's like an Overwatch attack. Or Broad Swipes. TJ's melee attack deals 2 damage to all other foes within range. Decisions, right? Tool looks good. Tool it is. Sentinel. Dragon Lady gets through shot. Dragon fires cleverly placed arrows that will pass through the first target and hit the target in line, dealing 1 extra damage. Quelling Moss. Dragon has coated her weapons in Quelling Moss. Her melee and ranged attacks apply poison. As an action, she can toss a flask of burning moss that applies 1 poison to all units in an area. Hello there. Poison damage. +5 block. That gets our dear TJ over here. Well, TJ, thank you. The creature's death is quiet. It seems to slip away and has been stunned and hides in blink. They spend all pieces in getting the flames under control. Villagers come out and have a look. Beardus could be in trouble. Are you with me? Come on, let's keep our word. Beardus? He's at that ruined tower by now. Right, the town will be okay, but it'll just be waiting for us. What happened today will happen everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower is just stuck in my mind. Like when you kept apple skin in your teeth. I can't feel that analogy, it's unpleasant. Yeah? Anyway, I just think... We said we'd meet him. We should. The tower's in the hills. Have you been there? Yeah, once. Actually, looking at the tracks, they come and they go that direction. TJ and Dragon follow the pounded path of monstrous feet, hoping for the best and dreading every other possibility. There is friendship. A wilderness wild passes between them, but quiet only heightens their worry. Have you known Beardus longer than I have? He's pretty capable, I feel like. No? Yeah, but he's sheepish sometimes, but he doesn't often disappoint me, you know? Weird things do tend to happen around him, but I'd say he's probably up there now. Figuring things out is up to you, and that's all good. So that's how the scouting works. We'll move over there. Beautiful. This is so cool. The previous night, the Tower Beardus has arranged to meet TJ and the dragon at this place. He knows the rooms and floors so well that he survived being chased through them. And he's coughing. Because he put some... You know... He put some furniture in front of it to keep it off. They're still there, apparently, the beasts. And now he finds a wondersome book that he has not found and seen there anymore before. Wildermyth, it is called. And it tells of stories, young and old. It describes of magical adventures, of mundane things. Sometimes grand, sometimes bland. Sometimes about a hidden fish. Or sometimes about Thrushtum the Quilters. But somehow, reading through the book, it gives him inspiration. And apparently some magical powers. He falls asleep reading that book, even though the beasts are dwelling there in the silence of the night. Pain lights Beardus' head, and he sees that it is morning. He lowers his bleary eyes, and now the book apparently started to write pages about his story. Why do I feel powerful? He asks. Because he has the mighty spoon. Open wide, beasts. I'm getting out of here. So move over here. Hello there, friend. Intervene with that one. And that will splinter blast him into bits and take away our armor. Beautiful. And then we're gonna take an interfuse of that little chest behind him and let him splinter blast again. And he blocked it. Let's try it again then. Take the whole workbench then. No, let's take the cabinet. The cabinet is a splinter blast in shell. And down goes the piggy. Victory! Beardus has grown stronger. As a mystic, Beardus has been acquired the knack of interfusing. Myth weavers. Adjacent interfusion. Potency per interfused statue or ruins. Reflects damage while interfused. Oh, man. One additional interfusion. Earth Scrub. Allies may wall with interfused objects. Grants extra armor, warding, and temporary health. That sounds interesting. The Strengthen Cloak. Bonus damage. Nice cloak. Monsters roam the ruined halls and rattle rotten furniture. But Beardus moves quietly, sensing his way into dark. Daylight lands on his wrist. Cool wind soothes as his tired eyes. Is it still the same world? He closes the tower door, gentle to make a noise. I was getting mystic arts, did it? Right, tower. Where did I get it from? Could have just happened? Is it just one of those things? Things a man born with? They might blossom in the life of what he needs. Only the story's supposed to work that way. Not for someone like me. Wait, us! It'll be useful if I figure out, of course. Hopefully I'm not endangering anything. Beardus, you're right. I'll be useful. Hey, Beardus, something happened? Yeah, I forgot you two were coming. I'm sorry, just had the weirdest nights and day and did you save my life? We barely made it out of here. You see that smoke on the horizon? That's from out town. Yeah, that's Thrushdom. Burned? Things are different than they were. Yeah, well, don't know if you've ever seen something quite like this. You don't want to play this game with 2 other content creators or something like that and play the story of 3 characters. Monster? Sure we have. We slay monsters. Okay, well then I do magic. And with that we assault the tower. I'm sure Dragon won't mind if I view into it. There's monsters going. What, I'm not wrong, am I? Anyway, a plan. Do we have one? I just came out of there. We're methodical, patient. We can fend them off at least. Back at my house, it was pretty simple. Kill the beast before it kills you. Courage. All heroes have 2 damage for 3 turns. Okay, let's open the door. Moving up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Everyone waits. Open the door. Okay, nothing here so far. Let's move up. And we're moving in. Revealed. Both of them. And we're moving back out. Quelling moss. It applies to poison to all units in the area. Okay. Never mind. We're waiting. Hello. 4 damage. 3 damage. Let's wait. Here it is. 4 damage. And... wait, why can't Dragon Lady attack? Now I can infuse with this. Cloves over there. Take him. Beautiful. We got some pauldrons, ranged accuracy, and melee accuracy. Give that to Dragon Lady. The last misshapen creature folds and bows and dies. Why is this that color? It's not regular blood? It's not. And the thing just calmly shuts this eye. Hey, look at us. Look what we did, huh? These dropped rises, dusky sweats. They prepared the tower. But they have not yet slept. It always liked its weird stares at stones. And it did save me. I always knew this morning would rise when I'd gazed into the sky and see a destiny for myself, a destiny to inspire a song. Let us know to be overrun for a company of heroes. Sounds like you thought about this. Chad, what kind of name shall we give the company hero try number 2? What suggestions you have for this wonderful crew? No ideas? Let's not worry about it then. We shall name it. The Legacy of the Down Key. Horses of the Chalice. Rager is added to the cards, cannot be cancelled. Fair enough. So, I love that the map itself is also random. So let's go and recruit someone. Actually, so it can be secured. Investigate thoroughly, find an item, or work faster. Make it in haste. So we're gonna send Bairros away. No, he's actually fast doing that. Okay. Then also I'm gonna send Dragon Lady away. In 0 days. No, 2 days remaining. That's 19 days. No, let's do that. Security site completed. Johnwood's Tower has been cleaned up and put into good order. We're getting all these resources for the next chapter. Okay, so actually beating a whole book sounds like a quite difficult task. So we want to recruit with Breeders. Over there, and we want to scout with you two. Romantic Aloner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hot-headed coward. Give me one more. Romantic hothead. Okay. And the name shall be... who shall that be? Let's grab Dingo. Dingo was the name. Oh, good nose. Good. Perfect. Done. Recruit. They take long to track back the Thrusterman. The town is still seen best for finding another people. Hmm? Wade! It's you! From the... from the heroes. The ride anyway. I was hoping you'd come back. Everything all right? Oh, everything's fine, and that's just it. You're being quiet and thirsty so far, but I heard those things you said, that talk of not taking any more hawk crap from the Gorgons. And it stick to me more than I would have thought. Is that how we put it? Suppose forming a company of heroes can get one fired up. You're right. There comes at a time when caution and diplomacy just can't cut it anymore, and then we'll be fending off death with a pair of tweezers and a few choice words. Well, we could use another fighter on our side if you're up for it. Oh, fantastic! I'm glad you offered. Otherwise, I'd be. How would we convince you? That's not something anybody wants. Far be it's from us to turn you down, then. Ooh, let's grab another mystic. Dingo the mystic. Never mind, he needs to train. Dismiss. The strength over here is quite strong. Maybe it's 3. Actually, you could come over here. 11 days away. Let's go. Now the strength is 4. Well, let's fight it. So it heals 2 tiles. You see this huge moth that landed on TJ's here earlier today? How could I not? And you weren't going to say anything? You walked around with it for like an hour. Oh, you think you could tell a story? I didn't my last thoughts tonight to be of Gorgons. Oh. Well, what would you like to hear? Tell me the one about the trickster moon. How about the fire queen and the raindrop? Nothing too fantastic, just tell me something that happened to you. Okay. Dragon told me it about a blue jay who used to perch just outside her kitchen window. The bird's trust was more easily won than the most of the wild creatures, especially with the nuts from the dragon's pantry. I called him Scuttlebutt, even though he probably wouldn't have approved. He always cocked his head as if I were listening. And there was a lot for him to hear. I was at time of breaking downs and moving on. Please tell me he doesn't get eaten by a cat next. Not that I saw, he did eventually stop coming. Funny thing though, the last time he visited, he brought me a present. A stone, not too big, but almost perfectly round. I've kept it ever since, wearing it at the surface smooth with any worries or thoughts I have. You think it could be magic? Nah. It listens and that's enough. This story writing is so good. Okay, we have raccoons, Rose, and a rager. Come on, baby, light my fire. Oh, shit. Well, let's move back. Okay. Welling moss. Let's wait. Let's infuse. Range 4. I could totally shackle the raccoon. He's pinned for 2 turns. Beautiful. So we can deal with the hog up here. Move up here. Move up here. Reveal. Grab that and make a rock shield. Rock shield. Striking once, armor shred. Shooting twice. Poisoned. 4 damage, but blocked. There we go. Oh, perfect. It's poisoned. So it should be dead next turn. Nice. That's what I was hoping for. Open the door. And there he is, standing revealed. There it is, another one revealed. Oh god, I'm not very happy about it. Barrage tools turn into deadly swirl, rending targets in nearby area. Can do 4 damage. That could make 4 damage. That's a splinter blast. That could shackle. One, two, three, 4. I could shackle him. Down and pins. Oh yes, to cover. Strike it down. Well done, TJ. Well done. Oh, that was good. That was good. And we get a wind drill on Barema. Damage 6. That's way better than the pickaxe. -2 flanking damage. I'm gonna grab it. It has a range super far. I could grab this as a second weapon and have 2. Yeah, why not? Of the fact that you can name this Strap of Elimination. A broad cord which you could tuck all manners of lucky charms. Stuns 21, 21. Well, let's put it on Dragon Lady. Grab that. This monster is now stronger, leaves the trail of corrupt. Cannot be... Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Carve a path through the mountains from the Road Ashes to Blue Meadow. A pass allows heroes to cross mountains, mountain ranges, passes time to carve. There's grassland over there. You guys can go. Actually, no. Spend. Secure. Just work faster. And we're gonna leave TJ here. Barritos there will go and train. And Dragon Lady will go and scout. I'm not sure this is a good idea because I spread so hard. Has been revealed. Build a sanction here that earns resources. Legacy points. Oh, I see. Thought this not passable. I mean, why not? An outfitter provides hide and fabric. Weaver provides 2 fabrics. A tannery provides 2 hides. Let's give her 1 each. Hide and fabric. Let's go. So we're completing 3 tasks at once. That comes quite in handy. Oh my goodness. Let's cancel that one to not get added to the deck. There we go. Dingo's ready for activity. Once per turn, this single action, Dingo pulls motes of heat out of the air and gathers them into a single point, creating an infusible blaze on a tile with debris. Soul splitting. When Dingo takes damage for each infused object, 1 point of prevented. 1 point is prevented and the object takes 2 damage instead. Ooh. Dingo's presence is charged against his foes, dealing 1 true damage to hostile creatures who enter adjacent. Actually, soul splitting sounds interesting, but also, yeah, fire. Let's see. Let's place fire. So, there's the outfitter. Bring these 2 towards there. Dishmish. Secure site complete. Very good. Get a lot of iron ingots from there. Consider. And we got an cloak. Let's give it to TJ in terms of armor. Crafting, we have nothing, right? Oh, we have a little bit. So I could craft a sword. Could I? I could craft a greatsword. How's it compared to our weapons here? Oh, could even go with an all clash of the Enflam, some axe. I could go with a rapier or a big one. One hide, craft the item. The ice claim. And I can give it even a story. How cool is that? So you guys can go and scout over there. So there's no ambush happening. Askim has been crafted. Very good. Gear. Scouting out with TJ. Moving over. So that token's moved to that side. Has been revealed. Very good. I'll reach that point and then we're gonna attack. Keeper here is busy. Yeah, I know. So we could patrol. It's a strength 4. Now we have one more person, so we should be good. Let's go. Has been cleared of infestation. Let's assault the place. Here's the thought. Maybe Adenema Chims isn't as dangerous as we believed. Reek. Crash. Bye, Dingo. Oh, where's Dingo? Down here. Dingo steps has broken the hidden covering hunting pit and is fallen scuffed and scammed into the dark rock. Far you done there? Oh, far enough. I'm really such a cold lot bunchling around, infuriating. We're close to where these things were spotted. What if it's a trap? Might be risky to try to get him out. I'm quick, I'll climb down and help him. 92% chance to successful. Doesn't take Dragon long at all. She climbs nimbly down and helps Dingo back on the top. And not a moment too soon. Dingo brothers are now rivals. Oh. I see. All heroes, one terrible hit point. I wonder what these do. Probably grab you or do some other nasty stuff. Okay. Let's blade serve. There's one revealed. Sounds the alarm. Makes a huge line of corruption. Sentinel. Infuse. Splinter Bass. 4 damage. Discus. And then jumps off to him, makes 2 damage. Let's move over here. And shoot. Yes! That's what I needed. That's what I needed. I'm gonna place you over here and go Sentinel. I'm gonna place you over here and wait. Here comes another one. Oh, we jumped forward with Sentinel. Oh my god. Oh, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. There, he's warded. I'm totally not terrified of this thing. He totally took cover. Apparently cannot fit through the door. What? Is that the thing? Is that the thing? He blocked that as well? Wow. He's getting 1 damage, but he's coming now through. He's coming now through. What do we have here? Shackle. Oh, if I could shackle him, that would be amazing. Come on. He's pinned. Very good. Very good. Poisoned. Another 4 damage, and he bites the dust and corrupts everything. Okay, that was interesting. What do we have here? Mystic armor. Spell damage. Dingo Obrados. Let's give it to Dingo. Million range accuracy. With the Dragon Lady. Someday people will move back to Adamant Charms. But Golden Slime will run off the rivers and Black to the sea. Children will find homes for more spirits here. Young men will build barns alongside their sweethearts. Old men will trade in iron and salt. And at the end, the oldest will die peacefully in their beds. The way it should be. I seem quite keen on all this, thinking of staying. It's too late for me. I don't remember why exactly, but I joined the fight and can't quit yet. Best we can do is keep moving and hope to leave peace in our wake. And we have now a Gorgon Geist. Okay. Interesting. Well, ladies and gentlebeards, that was Wildermyth for you. I had a wonderful time with Jackson. I loved the behind the scenes. I love the storytelling. And if you're into, well, tactical combat, want a good story with a good charm, where you craft your characters and storylines by many decisions, Wildermyth is definitely for you. You will find the links in the video, and you will also find it now here in chat, over here in Twitch. Beautiful. With no further ado, thank you.